about 3 weeks will be completely done. So the move will be done in about 3 weeks.
And you joked about the plumbing. Do you have any favorite stories of things that didn't work or went wrong in an 87-year-old building?
Well, and it's just really this week. After the Fair St. Louis weekend, I came to work on that Monday, and I walked into the chief's office, and there's about an inch of water on the floor in the chief's office from a system that broke over the weekend. So that was a relatively frequent occurrence that was happening there. We had some plumbing issues that weren't working. But I think the positive thing is that now we're into this building. And I think that this building has all the modern efficiencies that you'd expect a police department to have, all the modern efficiencies that our employees expect to have. Just an example, something as simple as Wi-Fi really improves the quality of life for our employees. We've got half a floor that's not developed in this building that is the future real-time intelligence center for the police department. So we've got room to grow and room to expand. And then new labs, new laboratories for our latent fingerprint technicians. So when we take a fingerprint from a crime scene, they have better workspace, more ability to solve those crimes. So we're hoping it creates more efficient workflow. The homicide division has new offices, new interview rooms, new holding cells. Really, it's a great building.
How far overdue is this?
I think every 90 years, anybody should reinvent themselves. So the building was 87 years old. We had a choice. We could either invest $70 million into the existing building, or we could invest about $13 million into this facility. It was a clear decision that this was a good deal for the police department, a good deal for the city, and really a good deal for the taxpayers.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Now, wasn't this funded by asset forfeiture funds?
A third of it was asset forfeiture. About $3 million was from a donation to the Police Foundation, and about $7 million from a bond issue.
So, how much are in the asset forfeiture?
The whole project was $13 million.
$13 million?
$7 million in bond money, roughly. $3 million donation from the foundation. The rest was made up from asset forfeiture.
Right.
Is there?
$7 million from a bond, $3 million donation, and the rest was asset forfeiture of a $13 million project.
Are there money left in the asset forfeiture fund?
There is, yes.
Okay. Do you think you'll be willing to use some of that money on other projects like real-time intelligence or education? Or
there are rules that we have to follow from the federal government. No decisions have been made about how we're going to spend that money going forward in the future. Okay. Like a portion of it, for example, about $100,000 of it could be spent for community-based projects.
Right.
That's certainly something that we're looking at.
Okay. Now, this was from the federal government. Was anything from the state or?
No. There's no state money funneled into this project.
Okay.
All right, thank you. We completed a citywide reorganization of the department where we redrew the police map for the first time in 50 years. That project, the switch from 9 police districts to 6, was truly a massive undertaking. We took a leap forward, we faced the risk, and we finished the job. Why did we do that? Why did we shoulder the burden of redistricting when it would have been easy to stand still and do not disturb the status quo? Why didn't we just do as things have been done before, leave it for another generation? We did it because we understand something very big and very important. We understand that it costs more to live in the past than it does to invest in our future. And the district boundaries aren't the only lines we've been crossing lately. Another key change in recent days is a growing collaboration between city and county police. You can see this in the merger of some of our specialized units, our joint training exercises, and in the shared vision when it comes to fairness for regional crime statistics. In a variety of big and small ways, we've been working together more closely with St. Louis County than ever. And I want to thank the County Chief, John Belmer, for joining us here today. Thank you, John. And again, you may ask, why did we take the risk of crossing political lines? Why didn't we do just the usual thing? And I'll tell you again, because it costs more to live in the past than it does to invest in our future. So let's talk a moment about why we're here. The police headquarters at 1200 Clark has stood for almost a century. Even St. Louisans who never had a reason to visit the building probably know it as a familiar backdrop to television live shots. 1200 Clark was a setting for countless stories, and where thousands of police officers, including myself, began their careers. A few years ago, we had an evaluation done of our building, our almost 100-year-old home, and the result was grim. $70 million to repair, $20 million just in life safety issues. And as we started to consider the options, with the support and assistance of our friends, we learned it would be possible to acquire and outfit a new, modern office headquarters for much, much less. And in other words, we learned that it literally costs more for us to live in the past than it would for us to invest in our future. So the right thing was clear, and that's what we did. We did the right thing for our police department, we did the right thing for taxpayers, and we did the right thing for our city.